I'd like to call the City of Laredo Fine Arts and Culture Commission notice meeting to order. I'd like to start off with the call, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Angie, could you have a roll call, please?
Yes. Marisa Bautista? Absent.
I thought she was gonna.
Yeah, me too. Maybe she'll join it.
Because they have an event today.
Yeah, she said. So I just sent her the link for the WebEx again.
Yeah, okay.
We'll wait.
No, that's okay. I just remembered she said she would join online.
Melissa Amici? Present. Gail Aker Rodriguez?
Here.
Armando Lopez?
Present.
Dr. Martha Villarreal?
Present.
David Vasquez?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. We have no citizens' comments, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. You have before you the minutes of December 7th, 2023. They were previously emailed to everybody. Everybody had a chance to see them? And do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion.
Moved by Dr. Villarreal, second.
Second.
Mr. Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Minutes carried. We next go to item number 6, updates on current art projects.
And you could move item C to the forefront.
Oh, C, okay, 6C, okay, yes. Is there a motion to move item 6C, the TRZ, the TERS Mutual Murals Project for presentation?
So moved.
By Ms. Amici, second. By Dr. Villarreal. All those in favor? Okay, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman, members of the Commission. Thank you for the opportunity to present to you an update on this murals program. At the last meeting in December, we briefly explained the program that the Downtown Church is putting together for downtown murals. And it is an invitation has been extended to this commission to be part of the group that will be making recommendations to the church board. It is our recommendation as well that this commission forms a subcommittee, and we will go over some very brief details on the program. And yes, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll manage. And we have with us as well Juan, and I will allow Juan to introduce himself. Juan is with Able City. They are the consultants that are assisting the church board with this program.
Juan Garza with Able City, project manager. Nice to meet you, everyone.
So pretty much as we briefly discussed at our last meeting when you kindly invited me as a guest, some of the objectives of this program as per the church board, and when they were putting together this, they have allocated some funding for murals program in downtown Laredo. There are 6 locations that have been identified, and we will briefly go over some of those proposed locations. The objectives are to create unique murals in downtown, use creative place-making efforts for downtown by adding some vibrancy, and to enhance the cultural experience in downtown, as well as locals, tourists, and obviously also offer an opportunity for local and regional artists. Some of the design guidelines, I won't go over each one of them. We do have copies of the actual RFP that we are getting ready to post for a call for artists. We're very excited to have this group involved in the recommendation and evaluation of the application process, and be able to leverage on you all's experience and commitment to Laredo in beautifying areas in Laredo. The board and the city departments that have been involved in this program as well have put together an evaluation criteria that is required on the RFP as well, so that the artists can have a better understanding and overview on what will be taken into account for recommendations to the TERS board. And very briefly, we're looking at some of the key evaluation criteria that is being recommended is the artist's qualifications and previous work experience, intricacy and appropriateness of the design in meeting the program objectives for this particular initiative, the demonstrated durability of the art that they will be recommending, and within the application there will be a section for them to explain the type of materials that will be used and a more detailed explanation on how they intend to make use of one of the locations that are being considered, and also something that is tied into understanding that their understanding of the experience and the culture, the local culture of Laredo, and in this case particularly downtown. These are some of the suggested locations that have been identified by the TERS board in conjunction with the consultants, and I will hand it over to Juan to further either answer questions that you may have or and explain some of the locations that have been identified.
Well, yeah. Thank you. Some of the locations were proposed by the board and by us. So Rick Solis, I know that he contacted the owners and we have preliminary approval for those locations that are shown in the screen. And the sizes vary, so the artists will be able to pick and choose whatever size they can tackle, I guess. And there's certain different amount of money that is allocated for each of those sizes.
So the total budget for this program, the TERS board has allocated $50,000. Some of the different sizes, as Juan was mentioning, they're looking at 4 different sizes: the small, medium, large, and extra large. Each one of them come with their own tier of compensation that will be allocated depending on the interest of the artist. Some of them might select my artwork, it's more fitting for an extra large mural. It comes at it can be up to $10,000 and so on and so forth. The base compensation for a small mural, it starts at $500. And pretty much the role of this commission, it is our hope that the commission can form a subcommittee. That's an action item that can be taken today, and if you all want to discuss, it is our understanding that the entire commission, you cannot just add another member for the recommendation process. It is our hope that you can include, as part of your evaluating committee, a member of the Laredo Main Street and one member of the Downtown TERS, that can form an entire subcommittee that will assist in evaluating the applications that are received by the city. Our department, the Economic Development Department of the city, will be the liaison as far as the RFP, receiving the applications, putting together those packages for you. Hopefully, at one of your, or maybe the subcommittee can have a special meeting to evaluate all the applications at the moment we close the RFP, and then it will be you will be assisting us as well in making recommendations out of all the applications that are received, making recommendations to the TERS board, and the TERS board will make the final decision based on the recommendation by the commission, by the subcommittee of this commission. And I think that the last slide, we just wanted to share with you kind of like the timeline that we have in mind. Hopefully, we can release the RFP for the entire, hopefully in the latter part in January, leave it open all the month of February, The subcommittee can possibly, meet with all the applications in hand, early March. And then the recommendations by the subcommittee can be presented at the TERS #1 board meeting in March as well. And then all the approval, the agreements that are required from the property owner, the artist, takes place, then enter into an agreement, and hopefully they can start the mural in the latter part, in April. And then obviously this is this is our proposed timeline. Dates can change. There's a lot of factors that can take place into, really shooting for having a completed mural by mid-May, weather, other situations. But this is pretty much the timeline that we're looking at.
Will they be done simultaneously or?
Ideally, if there are 6 final, if the trust board, picks 6 that are aligned with the 6 different suggested locations, it is our hope that will be ideal if all of them can start simultaneously. But it will be a little bit, in my opinion, out of our control, but that'll be the ideal situation.
Yeah, because I think she's waiting for.
She's waiting to be let in. She said, but she doesn't know if it's a problem on her end or on his.
Check the actually, yeah, the presentation. Yeah, you can.
Yes, this
you
is
can
the-
analyze
Let me stop sharing. So yes, we just wanted to formally, me personally, get to meet, I see a lot of familiar faces, but I wanted to meet you all in person and personally thank you for being able and willing to participate in this project. And we really look forward to working with the commission, and we will open it up to any questions for the consultants or for our department.
Does the property owner have any say-so on the content
Yes.
of your?
Yes, once the RFP takes place and there's applications received, there will be, the artwork that is being proposed will be presented to the property owner, and there will be an agreement signed between the artist and the owner, and all of those procedures will take place. But yes, they will be presented with the artwork that is being suggested and recommended, and yes,
And what's the longevity that you're shooting for on these?
5 years.
5 years.
Mhm.
You said there's $50,000 currently allocated for these 5 murals?
For the program, yes.
For the start, this beginning one?
Yes, for this particular program. And the way the monies are allocated will depend to a certain extent on how many small, how many medium.
Sure.
Yes, and as well, I am being told as well that additional locations can be considered. If, the artist has one particular location in mind and they would like to recommend it. Obviously, it's not guaranteed because, as you know, private property, there's some procedures that need to take place. But yes, as of right now, those are the locations that are being suggested and recommended by the consultants and the church board. But that doesn't mean that it's that they're close to the idea of considering additional locations. So the sizes, the money will depend a lot on the type of murals that are being awarded.
How did they choose those locations?
I will defer to Juan.
I know, I'm not 100% sure because I've been a little bit out of the loop, but I know that there have been conversations with TERS for a long time, for several months and probably years, about these locations. Last year, mid last year, we were asked to approach the owners to see if they were interested, and they are. That's how we got the preliminary approval. But I was mentioned, if the owner ends up not wanting to do the mural, we can take a look at several other locations, and if another owner is interested, probably, and if the wall is visible from the street and it's a good location, probably we can change locations.
And I would like to comment as well that it is my opinion that this can be, the start of something that can, be bigger. I know that there's, in my opinion, there's different areas in downtown that are, very prime locations for revitalization and for this type of programs. So it is our hope that it is not just limited to this particular location.
What size were you looking at for the committee? Cause I know you want, somebody from Laredo Mainstream and from the downtown tours.
I would assume that as long as you don't meet quorum, because of any, discussions or possible actions that may be taken, your committee is conformed of,
6 right now.
okay.
We have how many districts though?
8.
8.
Eight
So
and
we're
the mayor.
missing 2 people. And the mayor.
So there's three missing.
3
right now.
vacancies.
Mhm.
And do you and I will defer that for the commission and your department, but do you expect that those vacancies will be filled?
It's
in
been a
the-
while.
But we just need to maybe ask those,
Council members.
council members to recommend someone, or we can recommend someone to them, and we could probably get it taken care of.
As the committee stands right now, my recommendation would be that, so just so that you don't meet quorum as it is formed right now with
Right.
6 members, maybe if there's, well, that'll cut it down to 2 members, or
Well,
3.
three.
3 members from the commission, someone from Laredo Main Street, and a board member from the church.
The last time we did this was with Keep Laredo Beautiful and we asked for volunteers. But-
Well, those could be your 2 volunteers if that's,
No, from the committee.
oh, from the committee,
Uh-huh.
okay.
So with the, Able City has determined the cost of the murals per location that's on that map that was, cause that looks like, that's the Tangelo Parkway, right? If I'm not mistaken.
One of them, yes.
Yeah, so that's basically, one of those is a vacant, starting from, so we go back, yeah, that's a plaza right there. That building's vacant, then that
Okay,
goes
Santa
into
Rosa, That's the
Iturbide,
plaza.
that goes
Okay.
into Iturbide, that's its street. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, that's Flores, yeah.
So that's the plaza, right?
I mean, that's a great location because that's a
That's a plaza?
walkway
Mhm.
right there to Tangelo Parkway, I mean, that's,
But
um,
wait, Tangelo is Flores Avenue?
Tangelo starts at Grant and San Bernardo, or San Agustin, sorry.
Okay.
The Tangelo
Right.
walkway is on San Agustin.
Right. So, what you're looking at right there, where it says, where Grant Street is,
Yeah.
that's the cathedral parking lot.
Oh, okay.
And that's to Tangelo Parkway, it goes for 2 blocks, up to
Okay,
Lincoln.
so that's.
And then that's up to the Center for the Arts, and then right across is the
Oh, okay.
Plaza Theater.
It's the building they're turning into that blood center, that plasma center, right next to Larry's, that's one of them, right?
Okay,
So that's Larry's building, right?
Yeah, right, well, it's.
You're
And
looking at
then-
the squares, the purple squares are the new proposed murals?
Yes.
Those are the proposed murals,
Oh,
and then
okay,
there's
okay.
over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6,
Mm.
and 5. So, what buildings are those? Because this
Oh,
is,
okay.
San Agustin Avenue is to Tangelo Parkway, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay, so that's, okay, that building is, Iturbide, right? So that building 6 is,
That's
Okay,
Los
yeah.
Olvidados is
It's-
right there, so
it's
that's
a-
on Flores, that's on the opposite
no,
end.
it's a building, there's like a warehouse right here.
That's the
This
Casa
is a
Blanca.
warehouse, and this, I don't know what that is,
Yeah.
those are buildings,
Los
right?
Olvidados is on the other
They're
side.
buildings, and then over there, this is where On the Rocks used to be, right?
Mhm.
That's the
19
wall for,
Yeah.
which is now a different part, but that was
1972,
on the rocks, okay. And then over here, I don't know what this is.
That's-
Okay, this is
That's a bridge
Zaragoza, so this is La Posada?
that's one of the proposed properties.
Okay,
There is a large
What's the
wall coming out of the bridge, like the pedestrian
Yeah.
crossing.
okay,
There's a large wall.
yeah,
So
okay,
we're
cool.
closing out. Yes.
So
And then
this-
this one is,
That's
Oh,
that's in
okay.
Buffalo Pond, I think. The Church's Chicken and Buffalo Pond, and that number 2 is Larry Friedman's building also.
yeah, I know it, yeah, that's right across from La
The
Posada.
photography place, the place with the photography thing around the corner?
Well, he has a house
Right,
right
he's in the
here.
middle, but there's the 2 buildings on the other
Yes,
side.
uh-huh,
Larry's
Both
house
of
is
those.
over on the other side of the plaza, where number 6 is. That's
where
Larry's
number
house.
6 is?
Yeah, Flores. It's It's right across the street.
Wait, this is La Posada.
Yes.
He has a house right here. Yes, Larry has a house right there.
No, it's across the street. It's
Yeah.
north.
Across from. I
And
think
this
is
one?
the side of the Posada, the.
Salinas, okay, Convent, and so this is on the other side then
Right.
of Convent Avenue, and the bridge is where? Right here?
Right,
Where
Convent.
your hand is, yeah.
Right here, okay.
So do we need permission from the feds, or, I mean, I'm probably going out, but
No, you're right to ask. I mean, if it's federal
Is that-
property.
Mhm.
do the feds own that on where like the number one is? Do they own, or is that city property? Do we know?
That's La Posada Hotel.
Cause, well, right there where Common is, that's the walkway from the bridge. Where
Correct,
that number
yeah.
one is.
But the wall would be the one from La Posada.
Yeah.
From
Private
that, which
property.
would be on the other side of the one, right?
Yeah.
On that,
Oh,
okay.
it's because it's the tack room.
Right, that's
Right.
it goes down
That's
that
where the
driveway.
tack room is.
That's where the tap.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Because
Yeah, I don't
this-
think that they would allow any art from us
No,
on
this
any of
is,
the federal.
this
buildings.
is,
That's
this is
the
the
federal.
bridge.
Mhm.
That's the bridge building, so that's federal. But this is the tack room,
Right.
and all of that's La Posada.
Yes, okay.
And then there's like, not a street, but then
No,
La
it's
Posada.
like a walkway,
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah.
plaza, yeah.
So these murals and that
I
funding
know
is
where
coming
they
from
come
the
from.
TERS, from their taxing entity?
From their TIF, yes.
And so
We know
they
all
can be
about
put on
it.
private properties?
No, that's not true. I've been down there since
They
they
can,
Yes.
these can be on private, this isn't something that's restricted to public, only
And
public.
that's the
property.
goal of TERS, right? Is
To
to
do-
enhance the
To
area.
enhance and
and
revitalize
assist-
and
yeah,
it kind of
assist
like
private
serves a public purpose as
Right.
well.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, I understand TERS.
But going back to that question really quickly, the pricing, cause some of those walls, obviously.
Vary.
Varying
different
sizes, yeah.
Yeah.
there.
So we have proposed several, I mean, I guess, cost for each of the
Mhm.
sizes.
Mhm.
And I don't remember if we agreed on the final, like, amount.
She never got it in
I
Maritza.
don't have it, but, I mean, we have
Okay,
it.
so
They've
send it
already
to
been
her right
sort of
now.
determined as to what
It should
needs to
just
be allocated there, okay.
So for a small mural,
Let me
they're
check my-
recommending up to $500, mid-size murals up to 3,000, large murals up to 7,000, and extra large murals 10,000 and over. It will depend a lot on
The size of the wall, got it.
Gail, remember that wall that we talked about, for Siete Banderas to be
That's the one I think would be amazing. It's Siete Banderas wall.
gorgeous?
And it belongs to Siete Banderas and El Pasillo. I mean, it would be fabulous.
It would
It's
be
right on the
perfect.
parking
Yeah,
lot,
and you can
right?
see it there. That's
We
our
cannot see it
visibility.
here.
But that, I had told Gary and Hank years ago, can we paint a mural here? And they said yes. Gary said, well, it depends on what kind of mural, but that was when they both owned it. And now it belongs to Hank.
Do you think
Siete
that would allow
Banderas
it?
it still belongs to Hank. I understand that the Killings are buying it.
But right now, we just have these 6, these are members of the
Right.
TERS that have
Yeah.
already been accepted, so this is what,
Yeah.
we're.
Yeah, but
these
that's-
are the
but for
murals.
future.
But we can
Yeah.
definitely take a look at some other proposed.
Yeah, and that's a big wall, so like for future, that would be a great mural, for,
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
get funded somehow, I don't know, but yeah, that's definitely a great wall.
So what you need from us today, or at some point in the near future, is members for the subcommittee. Is that it?
If you have a forum right now, my recommendation would be that you form a subcommittee now, if at all possible. The board takes action on accepting that subcommittee so that we can move, forward with the timeline that we have in mind.
Who is the board member from that? I mean, who is our?
That district,
Maritza,
Might-
Maritza's
okay,
district.
So I mean, I would think that we would wanna have her on
she
the
tried to
subcommittee.
get in, she can't get, she
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but in terms
Nominate her
of,
for the
I'm
committee.
sure she would agree to do that if possible. And then the other two, let's take volunteers first and then.
Well, she's representing who, Alyssa?
That's why we
Maritza,
said
yeah.
Maritza would be one.
Okay, she's
I'd-
representing that particular,
Who-
area.
You agree that she should be, or you're saying
No,
that you would
I'm just talking out loud.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
We
babbling.
cannot hear your internal talk, so, so keep on talking out loud.
I think
Okay,
it
so-
makes sense for her to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's, I think, yeah, as long as she's willing to do it, it's a late texter. and then we figure out the other two.
I think Gail, you should be.
Yeah, well, you have property in the area.
We're all in downtown or.
Yeah, yeah, and you've been here the longest, I think.
Oh,
in FMA.
I'm still hanging in there.
Absolutely.
So, maybe one more?
One more. I think, Melissa, did you say you wanted to serve?
I would like to.
Anybody have an opposition to that?
Yeah, when you have it ready, we know who to send.
Okay, so let somebody just, once we find out from her, we'll just, somebody can move her. Ms. Bautista, Ms. Amici, and Gail, and you got your three.
We're waiting for Maritza.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm
That's-
texting with her on the second.
So you said there would be two more people from
One from Main Street and one
Laredo
from
Main
Tourist.
Street and one from the
Tourist
tourist.
Laredo.
Correct. Yes.
What is that, TIRZ?
Yes, it's
What does
a-
that stand for?
It's a
Tourist?
tax increment reinvestment zone for downtown.
It's what?
Tax increment reimbursement.
Oh, and who's on that board?
I'm part of the board, we have, I think the chairman is Jose Ceballos, and it is, conformed of, a city,
Carol Alexander.
Carol Alexander, a city representative as well, and, Justine Heather,
Yeah, Killer.
Killen. It's a small
Who?
board. Justine
Justine.
Heather.
He's an attorney for Killer.
Oh, okay.
Do we need those entities to choose?
Yeah, so after you form your subcommittee, what I will do, I will let the TERS, I will advise them that you have
It's on the-
selected your
city
subcommittee members,
website.
and then they will
It's on-
assign someone
yeah,
from their board.
The
And
TIRZ.
hopefully we can
Yeah,
schedule an
the TERS.
initial meeting,
basically
as
they-
soon as we release the
If you
RFP
remember
with
the
the
first, how it works.
entire subcommittee,
Yeah.
Basically take
if that makes any sense.
And does this committee select the locations or select the artwork for the location?
The artwork, so, artists, the call for artists, as soon as it is published, we're gonna prepare the applications and the packages for you. As soon as we close the RFP, I will continue to keep the subcommittee informed on the development of this program. And then it is my hope that the subcommittee can, schedule a special meeting to review all of the applications. And then hopefully you can, as a subcommittee, go, and present to the church board your recommendations.
Okay, to the
So
tourist
everybody
board.
heard, right, that the role of the subcommittee is to select the artwork, not the location?
To make recommendations.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
To
and
the
the
co-
final,
to-
yes.
okay.
Not the location, because
Not the
really
location.
the artist, based on the artwork that they have in mind, then only they know what type, what size of a mural they might need based on their artistic vision.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
I
the
just
artist
got
will
that
choose.
open. Gail, we.
If there are recommendations for locations or site selections, where do those recommendations come from? From that subcommittee as well, or
No,
no, or does it come from this, or is it
That
only
was
come
from-
from the
it's
TERS?
negotiated by the TERS, right?
Yes, so the suggested and identified locations, that was with the consultant and the TERS board. The artist may recommend within the application maybe a certain, location that the artist may have identified, but it's not guaranteed, right? Because then we enter into, contacting the property owner, but the artist will be able to also, make a recommendation if he or she feels that none of the available recommended or identified areas might not work for his or her artistic vision of the mural.
For the, Miriam, for the murals to work, and this is just, I'm just thinking outside of just the art. For the murals to work, has there been any discussion about TERS adding maybe some light to those areas? Cause like that area, Flores and Grant, right there by Los Olvida House is really dark.
Yeah.
Even to Tangelo, it's nice right now because they have the string lights. But that area that I'm thinking about on Flores and where that block of Flores, I forget if it's the 200, 300 block of Flores. Has there been discussion about light there?
Yeah, part of the TERS project is to enhance walkability and lighting and to add more trees onto the sidewalks. Right now we're working on phase one of that project, and so lights gonna be added. We're working on Zaragoza, San Agustin, Iturbide, and with that just phase one. Phase two is gonna be probably Salinas and some other streets. So we're gonna be adding.
Now, when does phase one kick off? Because I know it's been a little discussion of
It's
when.
been going for a while, but we're pretty much done with construction documents for those streets. So we're hoping that pretty soon.
Sometime this year.
Yeah, lights is just, they're a form of security as well for vandalism and things like that.
What happened? I don't know, I think she might have closed it accidentally, or you have it open over there.
Oh, yeah, yes, without.
Well, maybe we could just move subject to her acceptance, and that way if she doesn't, we can provide
Did she
another.
answer
I would think that
your
she would jump on it.
Mimi?
Yeah, I'm real good.
No te contestó, she
No.
answered?
No, but I agree with
If she
Margo.
doesn't jump on and you need another one, I'll volunteer.
Okay.
So,
Do I hear a motion to have Ms. Amici, Gail, Ms. Bautista as the initial representatives of the subcommittee to the subcommittee, as a subcommittee of our board and,
The alternative.
yeah, and the alternative, Mr. Vasquez. Is there a motion to that effect? So moved by Ms. Villarreal. Any second?
I'll second.
Okay, Mr. Vasquez seconds. All those in favor?
Oh.
Second. Well, there was any discussion? I'm sorry. Any discussion? No. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Carried unanimous. So you have your three, and then if she can't serve, Mr. Vasquez.
Absolutely. We'll stay in touch with the subcommittee, and once again, thank you for the opportunity to collaborate with you, and we look forward to starting this project with the subcommittee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I told her, do you want to be on? We already had it.
I said, I said, you're already on, if not.
Good.
That's what happens
Yeah.
when you call a person.
You get all told.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we done with that?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank
good. Then next, I'm gonna move to item, A, the Lafayette Bridge Painting and Lighting Public Art Project. Who's providing that?
I am, I was provided with the update from Ms. Aquiles from Up Art Studio. They hosted an artist information session on January 11th, and they had 9 artists attend.
Oh, wow, good.
The open call closes tomorrow. They extended it for a week, and so far they have 25 submissions.
Oh, wonderful.
So that's,
I
Very
love it.
good.
that's very good.
I tell you, there's a hunger out there.
And they are working on assembling the artist selection committee. And it's gonna work, like what was mentioned in the master plan, with one member of this commission, participating in that, and that is, Maritza. I don't know if they've reached out to her, cause it is in that district.
Sure.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then they do plan a site visit on the 26th. They're actually gonna be here to look at it. They're gonna start implementing mid-February, with a site visit with the artist. And then they're also gonna start community engagement. The design will be finalized and then reviewed by this commission, including, the city manager, the council member and the city itself. And hopefully they'll start actually doing the murals in mid-March.
Who's voting on the artist?
Who's what?
Who is choosing the artist that they will
A
select?
selection committee. And she proposes that it be made of 3 public art professionals,
Okay,
2 community members, just from the community, one of the commissioners, and in this case, it would be District 8, which is
Alyssa,
Alyssa, yes, Maritza Batista would be
Oh.
on. Mhm.
okay,
And 1 city staff members from either engineering or parks.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Is that it?
That's it, that's the update. She's hoping once they have the site visit that they'll, present another timeline, a more official one.
Laredo Letters Project?
This one has stalled a little bit. They need to go, to the purchasing department to go out for bids for a project consultant. If you recall, initially Up Art Studio was gonna be the project consultant. That didn't happen because we got to the end of the year, the budget.
You're talking about those big letters?
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. So, they're working with purchasing to go out for bid for a new consultant. to have them handle the project, the call to artists and all that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, moving on to item 7, update on this, the fiscal year 2024, 2025 City of Laredo Poet Laureate.
It's still open for nominations. It's tomorrow's the deadline for 4 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
We've had 3 submissions so
Okay.
far, possibly another one. Most of them are sending them to me. One turned it into city secretary. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get it and find out if there is a 4th candidate.
Can we turn them into you?
Yes,
Because I
yes.
have one for you.
Oh, okay.
Good, I'll give it to you after.
So far we have 3. One of them got nominated by 9 different people.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good, yeah, we have something similar, so that, you can do that. if you
What
have
I
multiple
was gonna
people.
ask you, cause it's practically, it is the same application, but some of them include a letter of recommendation, they're why it should be, and some of the poems are different, the ones that are cited for that one person. So, would you want just one application? It's the same
No, I
app,
don't think so.
no? I mean,
It's the
just,
same person.
it's the
If
same.
it's the same person and there's just different nominations, I guess that would,
I would include the names of the people who nominated her, and if they submitted a letter of recommendation,
Oh, okay.
I would submit all that. The criteria is gonna be basically what is being called for in the application. So, I will work on a rubric for you, so that you'll be able to grade them and then select one.
Okay.
But yes, you can get it to me.
And we just all signed one application, is how we did it.
Okay.
So,
And
a couple
that's
of
what's
us,
been
yeah.
done in the past, and
Uh-huh.
several people nominate the same person, just one application, but I'm getting like 9 different.
Yeah.
But it's exactly the same application, like they copied it and just included a letter
Oh,
of
I see.
recommendation. So, hopefully by the next meeting, I can put it on the agenda,
Okay.
unless you wanna form a subcommittee, or
No, I think,
the whole committee should.
yeah.
And I will send you the applications ahead of time so that you can look at them before
Okay,
that.
great.
You won't, the meeting won't be the first time you look at
Right.
them.
So who do we not have
Okay.
representing? Which district?
District, Mr. The mayor?
Okay, the
That was
mayor.
Jesse Shaw.
Yeah, cause
did he just,
and he was, I don't think he was happy that he, oh, no, the one who said, what, they threw me off was.
Julio,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
there's,
Nicole absences. But we started again this
are they applying that to the other?
yes, we
Yes.
are. I mean,
Yeah.
we have 3 different committees and commissions, and we are.
Today, well,
I mean, I'm just
from
thinking the other
January to
city-
December,
Okay.
So
Okay,
this
so-
is
the first.
time.
Okay, so it's the mayor and who else?
We have Ruben Gutierrez, District 5.
Who was represented?
Oh my goodness.
They haven't appointed him, right?
Oh, okay.
There's Jesse, Gilbert hasn't appointed
No.
anybody, right?
No, I'm Gilbert's.
You're
He's
Gilbert's
the
appointee?
appointee for Gilbert. Okay,
So
so
then
who's
we-
the other one?
Who's the 3rd one?
Third one, Vanessa Perez, District 7.
Oh, wow.
That was Flores, right? Mr. Flores?
Yes, I think so. And I don't know, Gutierrez? Who
Ruben?
was Vilma's?
Rosie Santos,
I was
Gutierrez?
Denny's
Yeah.
because,
Rosie Santos being
because I
Gutierrez.
replaced Gabriel.
Rosie Santos was from who?
I think he was.
Alyssa, she was District 8, I thought.
No, that was Julio, wasn't it?
No, I think it was
Okay.
Rosie.
Yeah, it's Julio
Hard
was
to keep
District
track.
8.
District.
No, District 7.
Right, no, it was, I think
Yeah,
Rosie, I think Alyssa had Rosie,
Mhm.
Yeah.
since she was the director at the Center for the Arts. I think that's why she, okay.
Okay, so is that still open? Is,
Lisa has Bautista.
Mm-hmm.
Who
And
did-
then-
Oh,
That
it's,
was Julio.
is it Rangel slash, I mean, not Rangel, but,
No,
the-
she,
Is it- is
there's
that
some-
post-
the controversial district.
Is there 2?
Who's Tyler's appointee?
Me.
Daisy.
You're
Me.
Tyler's?
I'm Tyler.
No, that's you, you're
Daisy.
Ms. Campos'
Yeah.
Campo Rodriguez's District 2. Mhm. So it's the mayor, which is, and then District 5, Mr. Ruben Gutierrez, and District 7, Vanessa Perez. So those are the 3.
I remember I had talked to Vanessa, but it was Batista and she had already been.
Appointed.
But
But does Julio wanna be back on? Can he be reappointed? I don't know, maybe he's busy.
we can add.
Well, one of those three can apply.
I think he was upset that he got booted. But I don't know, because maybe he's busy.
Yeah, he was absent for
Well,
4 times.
LTGI does all their stuff on Thursdays.
That might have been some of the absences.
Yeah, I think they have their board meetings on Thursdays, because I know some of the other board members, well, we're board members, tell us that they can't come to our Thursday stuff.
Right, was it LTG?
Yeah. Well, if you know of anybody, I can contact the board members. I mean, I can,
Is it set in stone that we have to have the meeting on Thursday at 5:30?
Yes.
We cannot change it as a board?
I think council tells us this is what we.
Yeah, they
I
say.
I can
request
ask
it.
Mr.
I
Russell
think-
to see if,
Yeah.
but then we'd have to have a consensus of what other day you want.
Yeah, nobody wants to do it on Monday, because that's when council meets.
Mhm.
You have to be at council and so forth.
Wednesdays work a little bit better for me, something in the middle of the week. I know Thursdays are just kind of hard, but whatever, if it doesn't. work,
I can ask, just not the last Wednesday of the month, because we have our library board.
Yeah.
Wednesdays are off for me.
Mhm.
I also have something Wednesdays. So.
Friday nights, guys?
Yeah, it is,
Not
yeah.
here?
Yeah, for sure.
Somebody
Yeah,
doesn't go to high school
yeah.
football games.
You guys.
First of all, I'll find out if it's possible.
Why do we not like Thursday at 5:30?
I'm fine with that.
It's like, it's the perfect day.
It
There's
is.
nothing going on. It's not the beginning of the week, it's not the middle, it's not the end, it's Thursday.
Yeah, well, we lost 3 members.
And I go to Slam after here.
But I'm
so-
not sure
That's
why.
what I'm just- Well, I'm just saying, maybe that was one of the reasons.
Well,
you know.
maybe Julio because of the
LTGI.
LTE, yeah.
Well, and just travel, I think Jesse's, with his classes, that's where it was last time.
And he was coming, but then something happened,
Yeah.
so I don't know if he had a class on Thursday and that's.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, okay.
All right,
That's fine.
all right,
We can work with Thursdays.
But if
okay.
you know of
It's
anybody
Thursday or
that you
Friday.
would.
Thursday at
mind-
5:30 is-
Yeah, let's.
You don't want it during the day?
Before
No,
we-
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, if we can make it during the day, we
It's
can make
hard,
it.
it's hard, I know. It's
Like
afterwards.
if you all know of anybody, like she's saying, let's
Let's
talk.
do it now because we talk about this every time we come and
Yeah.
we just keep talking.
Do we know anybody?
If you know of anybody, I
That we
can
would like
call
to-
them and contact the,
The,
Council.
yeah, the council person.
Well,
Do we
first
have
check
any
with the
ideas?
person that.
right,
you-
but that's what I'm saying, but before we check on the person, we need to know who that person is.
Mhm.
So, do you want me to call Julio again? Julio's gonna have the
I
same
would-
problem,
I
because
don't
on
know.
Thursdays.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you want an artist, or what do you want?
Somebody is in the arts, it doesn't have to be an artist, I mean,
I can
And not, just
Alexander-
visual art, we've
No.
had music.
music, we've
Music,
had
we've
music.
Yes,
Sing
we've
Alexander
had-
Balboa?
We've
Drama.
had the
That's a good kid, I like his
professors
work a
of
lot.
music from TAMU.
He's
Does
a hell of an
he have the
artist.
time to do?
Who's that?
Would it disqualify him from working on murals?
That's the other thing.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
have to be
That's
careful.
it, yeah.
So we
Conflict
don't
of
forget,
interest.
so that's not too, because I'd rather see his work.
I'd rather see,
So,
yeah.
you know, I mean, he could do this too, but I'd rather see his work out on the streets, so.
Well, that's my joke is that, I don't wanna ever be a poet laureate, 'cause my stuff would be the kind of stuff that like the San Antonio poet, like, Mando wrote this poem 25 years ago, you know? Yeah, I don't wanna do that, cause I wanna be able to write whatever, 'cause at Slam, if you go to Slam, you hear some,
Yeah.
when I come build a wall, what's gonna happen, you're gonna see all the alacranes and everything like that. Anyway,
Can
but-
we look at names of people and contact them ourselves and then get
Yeah.
back with you? Because I think it requires some really good thought on who.
Absolutely.
And we have to think about all of that, puzzle through, make sure we're not gonna get somebody that eventually would be disqualified from any of these projects, or have to, you know.
Yeah, if you're a working artist, this is the last place you wanna be.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Disqualifies you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's so much
Agreed.
talent in Laredo that
I
we
know.
could contribute.
Yes.
But we need to
But
move
you have
on
to
it
keep
right
in mind,
away.
there's a lot of people who are serving on other, commissions and groups that I know, I mean,
Like I would think like Bobby Castro, you know, the band director at Martin, he's a mariachi director there. He's really involved with, there's Jorge Medina, who, I don't know if you've ever all heard of the
I know
Cantarrana
Bobby real
Social
well.
Club, the
Yeah.
Cantarrana Social Club. He gathers all the Tejano musicians there and they have great events and stuff. He just went to the Tejano Music Award. I mean, there's people in.
yeah, those are great ideas.
Yeah, so I can, George Medina's, you know.
That sounds like a really good one. That'd be
Yeah.
nice to have somebody
I think
who's-
he would be a real good addition too, so.
Yeah.
I get your contact information.
performer.
I call
A
it-
dancer, we had
Oh, let me reach out to maybe Gabby Mendoza.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe get
Her
from the
name's been
Ballet
mentioned,
Folklorico. Is that
Yeah.
We
what
had
it is?
her,
That
she
would be good.
quit.
Yeah, I'll call her,
No,
we went to
she's-
school together.
But she was
Yeah.
already, and she said she couldn't because of her dance classes, is in the
Yeah.
evening. And
Yeah.
see, she was,
Oh.
Yeah, and
yeah, she was one of the first ones.
they're
there.
like Thursdays, and those are the days that everybody takes dance
And
classes,
so
so
that was
Wednesdays
difficult.
and Thursdays.
Yeah. I remember not bringing her in
Yeah.
because I thought she's a wonderful dancer.
Yeah.
Well, then there's that Nayeli that's also the dance instructor at TAMU, and she's on the board with us at the cultural district. And just because she's in dance is why I'm thinking to kind
Yeah,
of spread it
just
around. Hey, we don't have anybody from the theater, are you, kind of, what hat do you wear when you're here?
Here?
Yeah.
Attorney.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
attorney.
Yeah, maybe somebody from one of the theater groups, I don't know.
From
I don't know
what?
if we have
Yeah,
any-
theater.
From one of the theater groups.
Well, my theater group is kind of like lapsed right now, the light productions,
Yeah.
but we still, you know.
Well, let's think about it.
Yeah, some names, I guess, right?
Yeah, and as soon as you know, let me know and I can contact these people.
You know who would be really good is Patty O'Neill.
You read that one.
You know what, she would, but is she too busy?
She
But
does
ask
that
her-
stroke survivors, I think she's worth it.
She teaches art classes at her house. Teaches art classes at the Border Region, in that program, the art program. She has had some medical
Yes.
issues, and so is her husband. I don't know, I mean,
Yeah, well,
we can always
I
ask.
saw her at Slam last Thursday. So.
Yeah, we can always ask.
It's a
Where,
commitment.
where is that at? Where's the slam?
It rotates right now from
On the
On the
rocks
rocks
and
and
Cultura.
Saludos.
And what?
Saludos Brewery.
On-
And then we do open mics at
Okay,
at the,
at Cultura.
yeah, the slams are at those places and the open mic is at
Where's
on the-
Saludos?
Saludos is on McPherson, where, what's the name of the printing
Print
place?
Express.
Print
Oh,
Express.
and
is-
over
We're over
there.
once in
Yes.
Suarez,
and
in
all that.
Suarez,
Located,
yeah.
like right off the side.
It's a really nice.
It's like in the
atmosphere.
corner, right in
Yeah.
the.
Oh, it's in the Print Express place?
Yeah, it's it's the
Towards
furthest
back.
west
Yeah, towards the back.
property.
Okay,
And it has a food truck there, two food trucks.
okay, yeah.
And then a really nice atmosphere.
Okay, cool.
And for me, they have the best light in town, because you get it over
Really?
there. You
The
got-
Candlelight.
lighting, you
Huh?
say it's the best lighting?
Lighting, yes, in terms of getting up there and reading.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
Yeah, the beer's not bad either.
I don't drink beer, but everybody says it is.
Their
you know.
burgers are really good. Those burgers
Yeah,
are
they just
good.
came out with a Dunkel,
There
which
you
is
go.
brown.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, beer.
But it has a nice ambiente to it.
That's a cool place.
And then, well, I guess what I'll do is, I'll do it at the announcements, but, okay. Items for discussion, okay, announcements is next. Border Slam is asking me, because all my friends say 9 o'clock at 10 o'clock at night is too late to go do poetry.
Uh-huh.
So we're thinking of starting with open mics, once football season concludes, on a Sunday or Saturday afternoon, to attract poets not of the midnight hour,
Right.
you know, age bunch, right? Because there's a lot of people that have asked me about that. Why don't you all do them at an hour that I can go drink some cafecito and stuff? Okay, the only border slam rule that we intend to enforce at the very at all times, is a 3-minute time limit. Because if you let people get on a mic, they'll never, you know that. When you let go of the mic to somebody, man, what happens? You can't get it back. Right, he's blushing. You know, you can't get it back.
There's people that like to talk, man.
Huh?
Yeah, there's people that like to talk.
Yeah, so the best, it's like
Yeah,
my father's
every
rule about
minute.
sermons. If you can't do a sermon in 5 minutes, I'm not going to your church.
And they don't hear the timer. You start with
But
a
honey,
regular timer and you
they're like, okay, you're done.
Yeah, you're off. It's
They
okay.
have to.
You are, because if not, people will go forever.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of poets out there. There's a lot of writing groups, and this would be an opportunity for them to come.
Yeah,
yeah.
And not do slam at the beginning, which is where they score you, because that turns off a lot of people.
Yeah.
It scares people away.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of poetry out there, and so Rosa Maria did a great job of making people come out of the underworld.
Who's Rosa Maria?
Our
Our
poet
poet
laureate.
laureate.
Oh, yes, of
Yeah,
course,
she
I'm
did
sorry.
so much to get that stuff out there.
I thought he was
And
talking
so,
about.
I don't know how many, the public library had a record number of applicants this year for the poetry festival, didn't they? Yeah.
Oh, for the
Yeah,
workshop.
she's great.
We
Yeah,
don't have
and
that.
the poetry workshop, so.
And I'm sure she's still gonna be doing her
Involved,
thing.
yeah.
So I've gotta go find a place that se presta and that they don't mind having a bunch of poets there drinking coffee.
Center
sitting there
for the
all-
Arts.
Yeah, Center for the Arts, maybe, if somebody wants, I mean, that would be nice, if we had, gotta bring your own coffee and bread. Something like that would be nice,
Yeah, like if you have a restaurant, it's easy.
or something like
Yeah.
that.
Los olvidados have it, if we had done
No,
something.
That's
there's
a-
not enough room,
Huh?
not enough room.
They don't have, yeah, well, it depends how many people you have, but
Yeah,
anyways,
but it's-
that's what we're going to expand the,
Cause it's hard, in there, it's hard, cause they have a lot of vendors and stuff.
see, well, you know, with
Yeah,
the,
who
some,
knows?
a place to do it.
Who knows?
So, be nice. And again, we'll see some of those, I call them, the hidden poets out there that.
Yeah.
There's
just
a
like-
lot of them.
Yes, there are a
So
lot.
many, yeah.
And this, you know, there's gonna be a lot.
Well, we can do it at the gallery too, but you, like, if there's no, you know, they'd have to BYOB.
Bring your own donuts. So, anyway,
Bring your
so,
own food truck.
yeah,
But I mean, I have a coffee maker and stuff, like if you all wanted to.
well,
do
the
that.
ambiente there is beautiful too.
Yeah.
So, and again, we can do like slam, we can go to different places
Yeah.
just to see how it works. That's-
Yeah, because like I could make, I would donate the coffee and maybe the,
And what we found out is, you know, I mean, I guess it's, poetry's so potentially subversive that people are always afraid of
Right.
going out there and getting some stuff off their chest.
Yeah.
But if you have a place for them to get, you know, you've heard, you know, hip hoppers, I mean, they get some stuff off their chest, and that's a form of poetry too.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
you know, but that's what we're looking for, is to take and run with what somebody.
It would be great if we could bring her, Rosa Maria in, but I know she's involved with I don't know how many
Sure.
organizations.
No, and again, we just tell her, all you're gonna go do is just read, and you're not gonna be in charge of anything, and we'll take care of all that. I think we'd get her out there.
Are you
No,
talking
but I
about
mean,
the-
no, but I
she's
mean
talking about
bringing
being a
her,
part of
bringing her
this.
into our.
This
She's
is,
already part of a couple.
She's in the
I know,
library.
she's in,
And
she's
the
in.
commission,
Oh my
the
goodness.
women's commission also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it might be, I think she might not be able to be in more than two.
Well, she's in everything.
As far as the city
yeah,
committee.
she's very active.
Mhm.
Okay, next item is, scheduling of the next meeting,
That would be February 15th?
15?
15th.
What time?
The third Thursday of the month.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be in Washington.
You gonna be in DC?
I'll be in
You
DC.
you can web access?
Oh, and that's the youth parade.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's right, yeah.
That's
Would
what,
you like to go for another Thursday?
that's what?
The following Thursday.
What's
The
on the
youth
fifth?
parade, the youth parade, all
Oh.
the pageantry and everything
Yeah,
starts.
that's not a good day then.
Yeah.
The 22nd, on George's actual birthday?
Is there anything going on?
But
That's
there's a lot
why,
of stuff going
you
on.
have to, that's the Washington's birthday.
Week
Well,
on stuff.
Yeah.
On a
It all
Thursday?
concludes the weekend before,
Yeah.
that weekend of the 17th, 18th,
I think
19th.
the 22nd, everything's by then.
That's a
Fifth is
Monday.
Everything's
Oh, no,
done?
no, I'm sorry.
It's a
No, I'm
Thursday,
looking
it's
at
the
Monday.
following Thursday.
Yeah, the following Thursday, I mean, everything winds
So
down.
the 22nd?
That would work for
That would be
me.
fine.
Is
All those in
everything
favor?
done by then?
Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Okay,
22nd.
okay. And, is there a motion to adjourn?
I move.
My second.
All those in favor?
Uh,
Aye.
Okay.